Hi guys, welcome back to For the Record. I've been getting a lot of comments on Dave, why are you doing this? How can you remember all the records you've ever bought? A lot of questions, and I think for me, like everybody, um, music to some people is a connection, and I have a deep connection in music, and I figured I would share that with you today. Um, So if you like what you're seeing, please like, share, subscribe. We got to do that, get that out of the way. And I'm going to tell you my journey of music and how it helped me, saved me, and like so many other people, were things. We heard Daryl a couple weeks ago talking about how important music was to him. You know, all of us have a connection to a song, I think, and to records. So, but I have a unique passion in music that my friends that know me know the story, and they're all encouraging me to share with you. So, here we go. I guess we got to go back when I was really young, like that young. Um, I was a young kid who had a horrible speech impediment. I still fight it today. Sometimes when I pause in these videos and I'm lost for words, that's me trying not to stutter and get things wrong. Um, so that was the first thing, is that I was a kid who didn't fit in because I stuttered and was laughed at and made fun of. I don't want to say bullied because I don't think it was that. But I was different. And that was it. And as I grew older and, you know, got further along, they realized that I was dyslexic and I had a horrible learning disability on top of that. So they realized that by the time I was in grade 6 that I couldn't read, and that was really hard. And I was put in what they called at the time special ed, and they shipped me off to a school where I knew nobody. It was about 20 kilometers away from my house. To make matters worse, they even put me on a short bus. Yes, I know some of you guys are laughing right now, but I was put on a short bus. And off I went to the school. And to deal with this learning disability. And somewhere along the line, I got a teacher who connected with me, I guess. She realized that I was always listening to music. And she said, we're going to try something different to my parents. And, thank God I came from a good home with good parents that encouraged things. And my dad was if you had a problem, if there was something wrong, my dad's attitude was always just work harder. Just work harder. And this teacher said, David's always listening to music. I'm going to let him listen to music in class. He can bring a record into class, play it on the record player, wear headphones, but he has to read the song lyrics. So every week she would pick the words out of the song, and I would write out song lyrics. I would listen to music, whatever, and at the end of the week she would give me my spelling test. One of the first spelling tests I did, and did well, was Theater of Pain by Motley Crue. The test was on Home Sweet Home and Smoking in the Boys' Room. And it was the first time in my life that I got 10 out of 10 on something. I was really happy. For once I wasn't the dummy, the idiot, the retard were the terms at the time. And I felt really good. And as a reward, Mom and Dad went out and they bought me another record. This time it was at the time, one of the bands I was really getting into was Rush. It was Crest of Steel. Now this was a little bit harder, because if anybody's listened to a Rush album, you do not want to be in grade 6 not knowing how to read, doing words off of a Neil Peart lyric. But, I did. And I did okay on the test. Now, there was some confidence coming. And from that, it went to Alice Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare. Mom and Dad bought me that, and again, I did well, and it just carried on from there. I wrote a test, did well, got a new record, and the record collection started. And it was great. And now, it's therapy for me, to be honest with you. Everything I do is, not feeling good, buy a record. Feeling good, celebrate, buy a record. Is probably an addiction. But music has always been there for me, and I know it's been there for others. I know that there's, it's not me to tell somebody else's story, but I know, people who grew up in homes with alcoholic parents that, putting on a set of headphones was that thing that took them away to a different place. And other, you guys know your own journeys, you guys know your own stories. I'd love to hear them. I think they're all unique in a way. For me, that was it. And, when I wasn't doing well in school, Dad would say, work harder. Work harder to me by listening to more music. Buy more records. Work harder. I don't know if you could really understand the joy it gave me to be able to read, to be able to comprehend. And I got that from music. That was a gift. As an adult, once, I reached a point at one time I was reading 4 novels a week. Why? Because it was something that I couldn't do. It was a mountain I had to conquer. I owe a lot to music. Again, as a young guy, being insecure, stuttering, dyslexia and stuff, when I found hard rock music, it gave me a belonging. I had friends like Pete, who you saw, and Daryl and Doug, and there's a couple of others that I haven't even talked to yet, that gave me a sense of belonging. They gave me a group. We all had a leather jacket, we all had a rock t-shirt and a pair of jeans, and that was it. And off to concerts we went. But music always offered me some type of confidence. When you grow up with disabilities, sometimes you work really hard to impress people that you don't need to impress, and ignore people that, that are there. And, like I said, I was an insecure kid. It wasn't until later that I found confidence. But music was always there for me for the journey. And that's really the reason for this podcast. I miss talking music. I miss the stories that go along with it. That's what it's about. And if you're enjoying it, if you have a story, leave it in the comment section. Really, I'm truly just interested. Tell me what music means to me, to you. I know what it means to me. Tell me what music means to you and your connection. I'm here to listen and build a community where everybody can, be a part. You don't need a leather jacket. You don't need a rock t-shirt anymore. But if you have a passion for music, this group's here for you. So I'll leave it on that note. Well, no, before I do that, I want to thank my mom, my dad for encouraging me to collect music, my friends, my son, for encouraging me to start this podcast, and hopefully you guys are getting something out of it. And we'll leave it there. Thanks, everyone, and like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week with some more guests.